Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of Top Watchlist. Get ready to dive into the darkest corners of cinema with 10 brutal action and violently psychological horror movies. These films blend relentless violence with mind-bending psychological terror, pushing boundaries and leaving you shaken. From twisted killers to haunting inner demons, this list features the most intense, disturbing, and unforgettable horror experiences that will mess with your mind and keep you on edge. Remember, this is not for the faint-hearted. Revenge is a stylish, intense thriller that combines brutal violence with striking cinematography and a strong female lead performance by Matilda Lutz. Director Coralie Fargeet crafts a visually stunning and emotionally raw tale of survival and empowerment. The film balances shock and fantasy, portraying Jen's transformation from victim to avenger with a dreamlike, visceral quality. The story follows Jen, a young American woman, visits her secret lover Richard, a wealthy Frenchman, at his remote desert home in Morocco. When Richard's friends arrive early, tensions rise. After a night of partying, Jen is brutally raped by one of the men while the others ignore it. Richard tries to cover it up and, fearing exposure, pushes Jen off a cliff, leaving her for dead. Miraculously surviving with a tree branch impaled in her body, Jen escapes and embarks on a fierce, bloody quest for revenge. She methodically hunts down each man, culminating in a violent showdown with Richard, ultimately killing him and reclaiming her power. Martyrs is a deeply disturbing and brutal French horror film that explores themes of revenge, trauma, and transcendence through extreme violence and psychological horror. The story begins in 1971 with Lucy Jurin, a young girl who escapes from a slaughterhouse where she was imprisoned and tortured. She is placed in an orphanage and befriends Anna Assaoui. 15 years later, Lucy, driven by vengeance, invades the home of the Belfont family, whom she believes responsible for her torment, and kills them. Anna arrives to help Lucy clean up, but soon uncovers a hidden underground complex where horrific experiments are conducted to create martyrs, victims subjected to extreme suffering to achieve a transcendent state and glimpse the afterlife. Our next pick is The Painted Bird. Not exactly a feel-good flick. It dumps you right smack in the middle of Eastern Europe during World War II, following this Jewish kid who's basically alone after his foster mom kicks the bucket. The kid just sort of drifts, village to village, with everyone he meets being, let's say, less than friendly. We're talking next-level cruelty. Folks out there are straight-up horrible. There's violence, superstition, even torture, and a bunch of stuff you'd rather not think about. A few people show the kid some kindness, but honestly, it's like a couple drops of water in a desert of misery. War just chews him up. Visually, it's shot in grainy black and white, which kind of feels like someone slapping you with how bleak everything is. No sugarcoating, no soft focus. Just the ugly, raw nightmare of people at their absolute worst. And then, after all this, the kid finally reconnects with his parents. Is it happy? Well, kinda, but not really. He's not the same. Who would be? Yeah, critics think it's powerful, can't really argue with that. But heads up, this movie is brutal. Like turn your stomach brutal. Watch at your own risk. High Tension is a French slasher film about two best friends, Marie and Alex, who visit Alex's secluded family farmhouse to study. Their weekend turns into a nightmare when a brutal serial killer invades the house, murdering Alex's family in gruesome fashion. Marie hides and tries to save Alex, who is kidnapped and chained by the killer. Marie pursues the killer, leading to violent confrontations and a chase through the countryside. The film culminates in a shocking twist revealing that Marie herself is the killer, suffering from a delusional split personality driven by her obsessive love for Alex. The movie is known for its intense violence, suspenseful atmosphere, and divisive ending. The Northman is a brutal Viking revenge epic directed by Robert Eggers, following Prince Amleth, who seeks to avenge his father King Arvindil's murder by his treacherous uncle Fjolnir. After Fjolnir kills the king, kidnaps Amleth's mother Gudrun, and seizes the throne, Amleth escapes and grows into a fierce warrior. Years later, he infiltrates Fjolnir's farm in Iceland as a slave, planning revenge. With the help of Olga, an enslaved sorceress, Amleth kills Fjolnir's men and confronts his corrupted family. The film culminates in a violent duel at a volcanic crater where Amleth kills Fjolnir but is fatally wounded. The story blends Norse mythology, mysticism, and raw violence, portraying a grim tale of fate, honor, and vengeance. Critically, the film is praised for its intense atmosphere, powerful performances, especially Alexander Skarsgård, and authentic Viking world-building, though some find its narrative dense and complex. The 1999 Japanese film Audition, directed by Takashi Miike, follows Shigeharu Aoyama, a middle-aged widower encouraged by his son to find a new wife. With the help of his film producer friend, Yoshikawa, Aoyama stages a fake audition for a non-existent movie to meet potential brides. He becomes captivated by Asami Yamazaki, a mysterious woman with a tragic past marked by childhood abuse and burn scars. Asami's true nature slowly unfolds, revealing dark, violent tendencies and a disturbing obsession with Aoyama. The film shifts from a melancholic romance to a chilling psychological horror, exploring themes of obsession, power, and trauma. Its slow pacing builds dread, culminating in graphic and unsettling scenes that challenge viewers' perceptions of love and madness. Audition is acclaimed for its haunting atmosphere, symbolic imagery, and strong performances, leaving a lasting impact as a masterful psychological thriller. Our next pick, The Nightingale, isn't your typical revenge thriller. It's more like a cinematic gut punch. Picture Tasmania in 1825, smack in the middle of the Black War. You've got Claire, an Irish convict, whose life gets smashed to pieces by Lieutenant Hawkins and his band of creeps. They rape her, kill her husband, and her baby. Just absolute nightmare fuel. And of course, the British bigwigs couldn't care less, so she's got to take matters into her own hands. Claire ends up teaming up with Billy, an Aboriginal tracker who, let's be real, has every reason to hate the white colonists. At first, the two of them are basically fire and gasoline, lots of unease, all that historical trauma simmering just under the surface. But as they slog through the wilderness together, dodging danger and ghosts of the past, they realize their pain kind of rhymes. It's messy, raw, and not exactly a buddy movie, but a strange, fragile connection happens. The movie pulls zero punches on the colonial violence, racism, just sheer brutality, really. Don't expect sugarcoating. By the time you hit the final showdown, you'll be clutching the arms of your chair, trust me. This one sticks with you. Moody, relentless, and honestly, kind of haunting. Oh, and the performances? Absolutely killer. Revenge movies come and go, but this one gnaws at you for days. Mother is a psychological horror film about a young woman, Mother, whose peaceful life with her poet husband is shattered by the arrival of mysterious guests. As uninvited visitors multiply, the house descends into chaos, symbolizing destruction fueled by human ego and greed. Mother's connection to the house and her pregnancy becomes central as the guests' disrespect escalates into violence, culminating in the brutal death of their newborn son and the house's fiery destruction. The film is an allegory for the exploitation of Mother Earth and the destructive nature of humanity, exploring themes of creation, sacrifice, and rebirth. It ends with a cycle restarting, suggesting eternal recurrence. Our next pick, Possessor, follows Tasia Voss, a corporate assassin who uses brain implant technology to take over other people's bodies and carry out high-profile murders. Set in a near future, Tasia struggles with detachment from her own identity and violent urges, worsened by her work's psychological toll. Her latest mission involves possessing Colin Tate, fiancé to a wealthy CEO's daughter, to assassinate the CEO and his daughter. The hit partially succeeds, but Colin resists Tasia's control, leading to a violent psychic battle for dominance. As Colin's consciousness fights back, Tasia's grip weakens, causing chaos and tragedy in both their lives. The film is a tense, gruesome sci-fi thriller, exploring identity, control, and the loss of humanity, marked by cold, sterile visuals and intense psychological horror. Raw is a French horror film about Justine, a lifelong vegetarian who starts veterinary school and undergoes a brutal hazing ritual, forcing her to eat raw rabbit kidneys. This triggers a disturbing craving for meat, escalating to cannibalism. Justine's transformation is both physical and psychological, as she struggles with shame, hunger, and her emerging identity. Her older sister Alexia, who shares the same dark secret, drags her deeper into violent acts, including murder and eating human flesh. The film climaxes with a shocking scene where Justine wakes to find her roommate Adrian dead and partially eaten. The story explores themes of animalistic instincts, sexual awakening, and family legacy, wrapped in intense body horror and symbolism. Critics praised its immersive atmosphere and deep symbolism, making it a standout in modern horror. And that's a wrap on today's recommendations. Let me know which movie in this list you're most excited to watch, or if you have any hidden gems you want me to check out. Don't miss out on the latest picks. Make sure you're subscribed and hit the notification bell. See you in the next one. Until next time, happy watching.